Hi, everybody. Welcome to 2024. Almost. It's like the 29th, my birthday, actually, today when I'm recording this. So I'm doing the year ahead report rather than the weekly report. And I'm going to do two, one, the planetary, and then one with all the signs. All right, so let's get started. So welcome as we turn the page from 2023 to 2024. With the major planetary moves this year, it's shaping up to be very transformational year. However, it will require us all just to get clear first about what we want and what we're prepared to let go of, what's not working as we step into this new year and embrace change, because there's likely to be plenty of changes, and some of us, particularly us earth sign, don't really like change that much. So it's, a little bit of a challenge. But first of all, let's go through the outer planets. Okay, so we're going to start with Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance and expansion. It's the lucky beneficiary planet. It takes up residence in a new sign every year. And right now, it's still in the sign of Taurus, right through to May the 26th. And then it's going to make its transition into Gemini. So this sign change represents a different house, which means it's a different area of your life for each sign. And then, of course, it's a different area of life again for your individual birth chart, okay, and how the planets are interacting. So it's going to tell a different story for you personally, of course, than it is for your sun sign, but both very, very relevant. So in Taurus, as we look at the solar chart, your sun sign chart, Jupiter is very comfortable here because it sits well with the Taurus's ruling planet, which is Venus. Now, Venus and Jupiter energy together bring lots of opportunities. However, you do need to just be aware of where to look for the opportunities. And then, so you've got to just think, okay, let's not leave everything to fate, okay? And once you find where they're coming from and recognize them, then you can step in and take, advantage of them. And, so this is great, really, because Taurus tendency is to take time to capitalize on the opportunity. So, you want to recognize it, be aware, and then step in and, take control, let's say. So, and instead, during these first 5 months of the year, you want to just make a decision while it's in Taurus and then just move forward with affirmative action, all right? And as Taurus makes its move to Gemini and combines with the energy of Mercury, which is Gemini's rulership, the overall vibratory energy is going to encourage you to first just ask questions, okay? Get on a fact-finding mission, learn new skills, gather information, and then be creative in designing a unique path to move forward in the direction of your dreams, okay? Now, Saturn, let's move on to Saturn. Solid Saturn generally stays in each of the sun signs for, say, 2.5, 3 years. Right now, it's it's in Pisces and through to May 2025. So all this year it's in Pisces. It's taken up residence there. It's a little bit tricky placement as these energies are opposite, the Pisces and the Saturn. Pisces likes to go with the flow, keep things open, and Saturn likes to lock it down and get organized. So one of the best ways to work with the Saturn and Pisces energy is to continually just look for the blessings in your life, because, sometimes when we go through situations, it can seem at the time like the worst thing ever. Fast forward a couple of years, and as we look back, we can go, yeah, that was a real blessing. I can see why that happened now, and I'm grateful for it. So the challenge with this placement is to know that there is a blessing and continually look for it, okay? Look for how things in life are serving you and be grateful for what you have rather and focus on what you have rather than focus on what you don't have. In a nutshell, the more spiritually evolved you are, the more that you can operate with the inspirational energy of Pisces, and then you can use the Saturn energy just to make your inspirations and opportunities real. Otherwise, if you're living with an angry heart, for instance, or blame, lots of negativity, then you'll be operating from the excuse me, from the heaviness of the Saturn energy first, before you can even experience the inspirational lightness of Pisces. All right. So the lesson here for this year, that we're coming into 2024, right through to May the 25th, 2025, is to learn the power and the healing power of gratitude. Okay. All right, so moving on to Uranus, slow moving outer planet, has an orbit of going around the zodiac, all the sun signs, of 84 years. So it will stay in each zodiac sign for about 7 to 9 years. And right now, through to April 2026, okay, it's in Taurus, and it's going to be there for a while yet. All right, so it can be a little bit challenging here. It's the vibratory energy of Uranus. Things suddenly change. You can just come totally out of the blue, and the Taurus energy does not particularly like change, especially when it takes you by surprise. So going forward, just be open to trusting that the universe has your back, okay? Now, Neptune is the planet of imagination, inspiration, and visualizing, and it takes around 160 years to go through the whole zodiac. We'll typically spend about 50 years in each sign, all right? So it's not even going to go in to every sign in anyone's lifetime, unless you get to live that old, So it's so at the moment, so in Pisces, it's comfortable here. It's the sign that it rules. Therefore, depending on your sun sign and depending on what house and area of life it sits in your personal horoscope, your birth chart, will depend on how best to use this energy to deepen your awareness, self-awareness, and your inner wisdom connection. Okay. All right. So the major move from this year is Pluto. All right. So a powerful outer planet. Pluto, it's way out there. It takes 248 years to go right around the zodiac, and will typically spend anywhere between 11 and 30 years in each sign. So for the past 16 years, Pluto has been in the business-minded sign and the area of establishment and government in the sign of Capricorn, although it did enter Aquarius back in March 2023. But as Pluto is going backwards and forwards in its retrograde transit, and it will continue to go backwards and forwards now between Capricorn and Aquarius in 2024, and then back into Capricorn in September, okay? Moving again to Aquarius in November the 19th, 2024. And when it does that, it'll stay there for a 20-year transit. All right. So and then, looking way forward, January 19th, 2044, it will then move into Pisces. So as we enter 2024 and look at what is transpiring around the world, and everything's a little unsettled right now around the world. And as Pluto transits back and forwards between these two signs, Capricorn and Aquarius, then the balance is going to shift from the establishment of government and following the rules in Capricorn to people having more of a say in Aquarius. Okay, so let's not forget that Aquarius is the humanitarian sign. It is the sign that will stand up and look out for those who cannot look out for themselves. The Aquarian energy will stand up, they'll protest, they'll rebel, just to simply support those who are unable to do that for themselves. So the Aquarian energy will always look out for those who have not been treated well. So Pluto is such a powerful transformational energy. And we see the balance of this power going backwards and forwards during this during this year and during this coming year. So it's going to go from the establishment to the people. And as it does it moves from 29 degrees Capricorn to 0 degrees in Aquarius. Both of these degrees are what are called a critical degree, which it intensifies the energy. All right, so the other thing to consider here is that the energy also governs technology, science, innovation, very much about independence and being there for others and your community. So in this sense, as the energy settles down and gets out of that 0 or 1% degree and it settles down, then we can really expect a healthier direction with the others, where we consider what our actions are, that they're of good standing, and more importantly, if we are being true to ourselves while still caring for others. Okay, so both sides here. So this is a powerful year of if the energy is used right. The first step is to notice and be aware of yourself and your surroundings. And if you're looking after your needs as well as caring for others and are aware of the opportunities, possibilities, and options that are available to you, then things are going to be, going to be a lot sort of easier for you. So there's two ways of looking at this. One with your sun sign reading, which is powerful within itself. And then, of course, with your own astrological personal birth chart, which gives another layer where it's just about you. So I do wish you all the very best of 2024, very best that this year can bring for all of us. And I'm grateful to be serving you with this information. Much love and blessings. And thank you for supporting me. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that and share this report as well. Okay, I'm going to close off now and I'll do the next video, which will cover all the signs. All right. Okay. Thanks very much. We'll see you real soon.